My dear friends, before this new year arrives, ask yourself one simple question. Are your habits leading you closer to peace or pulling you deeper into pressure? Because a new year doesn't change your life, your habits do. And if we don't fix them today, the next 365 days will repeat like yesterday, only louder, only heavier. Let's prepare not the calendar, but ourselves. My dear friends, as we stand at the edge of a brand new year, so many people are busy planning celebrations, calendars, resolutions, but very few are preparing their inner world. We buy new clothes, new phones, new planners, yet we forget to upgrade the one thing truly directing our lives, our habits. Every day, silently and consistently, our habits shape our destiny. They design our mindset, our confidence, our relationships, our spiritual peace. So today, I want to share with you the 5 habits you must fix before the new year hits, so you walk into the next chapter not confused, not tired, not frustrated, but aligned, centered, and deeply connected to the purpose God has placed within you. And as we go deep, I want you to remember this: success is not built in the new year. It's built in the days before it begins. When you choose silence over noise, discipline over distraction, growth over comfort, and presence over panic, your life begins to shift in ways you never imagined. So let's prepare ourselves not just for January 1st, but for a new version of you, a stronger you, a calmer you, a more intentional you. When we talk about fixing the habit of overthinking before the new year begins, we are not discussing something small or casual. We are talking about one of the biggest silent battles almost every human fights on a daily basis. Overthinking is like opening too many tabs in your mind at the same time. One for your past, one for your fears, one for your insecurities, one for your doubts, one for your regrets, and then expecting yourself to feel peaceful. It is like sitting in a parked car, pressing the accelerator again and again, burning fuel, but going nowhere. Many people misunderstand this internal noise as being careful, being aware, or being responsible. But in reality, it is just your mind replaying the same thoughts again and again, draining your energy without giving you clarity. And the reason it becomes dangerous is because overthinking doesn't just stay in the mind, it affects your sleep, your relationships, your mood, and even your physical health. Have you noticed that sometimes you are not tired because of your work, but because of your thoughts? Your mind has been running a marathon while your body was standing still. Imagine a moment from daily life. You send a message to someone, and they don't reply for 30 minutes. Your mind starts building stories. Did I say something wrong? Are they upset with me? Are they ignoring me? Suddenly, your inner peace is disturbed by a conversation that never even happened. Or imagine you are waiting for a result, an interview, an exam, a business decision. Instead of breathing and trusting the process, your mind creates every possible negative outcome. You start planning for a failure that hasn't even taken place. And when the result finally arrives, most of the time you realize that the fear was 100 times bigger than the reality. This is why overthinking steals joy from the present moment. It makes you fear the future and doubt yourself. It makes you imagine problems that do not exist. And slowly, it creates a habit where your mind becomes a chaotic marketplace of thoughts instead of a peaceful home of clarity. But the truth is, life is much simpler than we make it. God has not designed life to torture us mentally. It is we who stretch situations, replay conversations, and amplify worries. Overthinking grows when we confuse imagination with truth. The mind is a powerful tool, but when left unmanaged, it becomes a restless child, running everywhere, touching everything, creating mess. And like a child, the mind doesn't calm down by force, it calms down with guidance, patience, and understanding. When we teach the mind to pause, to breathe, to reflect rather than react, it starts obeying us. You may have seen people who handle the same situation differently. Some become anxious, some stay centered. The difference is not in what happened, but in how much control they have over their thoughts. When your thoughts control you, life becomes heavy. When you control your thoughts, life becomes peaceful. Every day, life gives us small opportunities to break the habit of overthinking. When someone doesn't respond, instead of assuming the worst, remind yourself that people have lives, responsibilities, and moments where they are unavailable. When you make a mistake, instead of replaying it 100 times, focus on what you learned from it. When you face uncertainty, instead of imagining every disaster, remind yourself that you have survived so many things already. You are stronger than your fears think. Overthinking always begins when we try to control what is not in our control. The weather, people's opinions, things that are already over, things that have not yet happened. None of these are in your hands. What you can control is your response, your focus, your effort, your presence. And when you bring fixing the habit of delaying the things you know you must do is one of the most important transformations you can gift yourself before the new year arrives. We often wait for the perfect moment, the right mood, the ideal energy, or the fresh new start. But life does not change because of a date on the calendar. It changes the moment you decide to stop running from your responsibilities and start walking toward them. Procrastination is gentle in the beginning, almost comforting. It whispers, later, and convinces you that the task will be easier tomorrow. But the truth is, the more you delay something, the heavier it becomes. A simple phone call becomes stressful. A small task becomes overwhelming. A basic decision becomes confusing. And an opportunity slowly slips through your fingers. Not because you were incapable, but because you waited too long. Think about a simple daily life example. You see dishes in the sink. You know it will take 5 minutes to wash them, but you tell yourself, I'll do it after I rest. After resting, you say, let me check my phone first. Then suddenly the day ends, the sink is full, and you feel frustrated. The task didn't grow, your hesitation did. Or imagine responding to an important email. You read it and think, I'll reply later. Later becomes tomorrow, tomorrow becomes next week. And eventually you feel embarrassed to reply at all because too much time has passed. The fear of responding increases because of the delay. This is how procrastination silently eats your productivity, your peace, and your confidence. It does not attack your ability, it attacks your momentum. And once momentum is lost, restarting feels like climbing a mountain. We delay not because we are lazy, but because we are afraid of making mistakes, afraid of the unknown, afraid of discomfort. And fear always looks bigger from far away. When a task is untouched, the mind exaggerates it. It becomes a giant, a burden. But the moment you begin, the giant becomes a small step, then another, and suddenly the thing you avoided for days gets completed in 15 minutes. The mind feels lighter, the heart feels stronger, and your confidence returns. You begin to trust yourself again. The greatest problem with